Last thing, kicker competition. This is just too funny to me. They're actually having a kicker competition. Every day in practice, each one, Jake Moody, Greg Joseph, they get like 4 or 5 kicks. And the whole team stands around and watches because they're trying to put as much pressure on the kickers as possible. And a couple of days ago, we interviewed Nick Bosa, asked him about it. And he's like, yeah, I actually am watching the kicker competition. I'm interested, which to me means like probably the better, higher paid players are kind of annoyed that it's even a thing. Like, can we please have a kicker? Can you guys just find a kick? Like, you got a kicker, right? We have a kicker, right? So today, Nick Bosa said, I mean, he's put the spotlight on it. He says he watches. The whole team's watching, and we're watching. Both kickers melt down. First is Greg Joseph. He pushes one wide right from like 40 something. Then he doinks one off the left upright from his perspective, left from his perspective. So he went 2 for 4. That's pretty bad. Nah, it's a small sample size. And you think, okay, so he's really opened the door for Jake Moody to really seize this competition, grab it by the throat. Then he missed a kick, pushed it wide right. That's the thing about competitions. Just because you take 2 players and put them in a competition, it doesn't mean that the winner of said competition will be good. It just means that he's better than the other guy that you didn't like. And so far with Greg Joseph, I'm starting to see why, he's bouncing around. I feel like Greg Joseph is here to make Jake Moody lock in. And I don't know that Greg Joseph can do that because he's not good. And neither is Jake Moody, although maybe he's improved. He talked today to the media and said that he's changed his steps a little bit and he's tweaked this and that. I don't know. I just feel like it's not about his steps. I think there is something with his mental makeup and how he reacts to pressure. Because there was the pressure of his teammates watching today, and that got to both of them, I think. So no winners in today's kicker competition, only losers. Unfortunately, maybe I'll get an opportunity to kick. I've never kicked a football, but I did play soccer for a while, indoor soccer as well. So I think I'm probably qualified. Let's see what else we got. Jake Moody. I think with Jake Moody is like, if Greg Joseph were the kicker, I feel like no one would care. It'd be like, all right, well, the Niners just have some generic kicker. I forget his name. I don't even know how old he is or how they got him or what team he was on last year. He's just a kicker in the NFL with one of those, kicker names. And he'll make some kicks and he'll miss some kicks and we'll live with it. But with Jake Moody, I think Niner fans are just like triggered and players. Like, man, 3rd-round pick. You're supposed to be good. Kick ball really far. Can't even make extra points when we need you to. Like, I don't want to worry about you anymore, man. You're in year 3 and you're still like trying to figure it out. Like, no, I just want some really consistently mediocre veteran, not some young guy who's like good sometimes and awful other times. I think that's kind of what it is. Who wants to worry about a kicker? No one, frankly. So, I don't know. I always finish these streams like in 30 minutes. Maybe next week I'll have some co-hosts on with me. We could talk about stuff. I don't know. I'm kind of done. I wanted to end with the kicker competition because I want to save that one for the end because it's just ridiculous. There should never be a kicker. If you have a kicker competition, that's the first indication that you don't have a kicker. That's what we learned. 2 guys competing for kicks. Nope. You might as well throw young Grant Cohn in that or medium or middle-aged Grant Cohn because he's going to be just as bad. Not just as bad. Your question about the secondary? All right. What question about the secondary? Does the secondary looking better have more to do with Jones not being great or them actually having promise, though? I didn't think that Jones was necessarily bad. I felt like He threw some passes to some guys who were kind of tightly covered in man-to-man coverage. He gave Jawan Jennings. Jawan Jennings wanted the ball, right? He yelled for it yesterday. Yelled at Mac Jones. Wanted the ball. All right, well, Mac Jones gave him out. I mean, it's not like Jawan's ever going to have lots of separation anyway. You're 6'3", you're tough. Catch the ball. And twice Renardo Green beat him at the catch point. So maybe it's just a young secondary, youth, taking lumps and improving. Maybe. Could be. Good question. Jair Brown took some lumps. Boy, is he taking lumps. Renardo Green, couple lumps, maybe one or two. Jair Brown, about a dozen. Lenore, not many lumps. Good question. I think that's a good one. Do a Kyle and Jake conversation in the locker room. I've never seen them talk in the locker room. I don't really see people talk to Jake Moody much. I feel like people just kind of leave him alone, you know? I feel like he's got enough pressure. He always walks around or has a look on his face like he's got the weight of the world on his shoulders. All right. I answered the question. It was a good question, too. I'm going to pack up, go home, and get ready for one day off. And then I'm back at it. But when I say one day off, I ain't taking no motherfucking days off. Hell no. I'll stream a little bit tomorrow. We'll talk about something. But I'm not going to be here. I got to take my little traveling studio home. Thanks for watching. I really appreciate the continued support. It's been a long time, guys. When I first started doing these post training camp practice streams, it wasn't even on YouTube. It was on Periscope. I was like 29 years old. I have grown up not at all. 37-year-old man, baby. Talking to his computer. But at least you guys are there. Appreciate it. Got to take my train. Taking a train home. I grew up watching Thomas the Tank Engine at 37 years old. I realized that I didn't outgrow it. I wish I could move to Shining Time Station. Hang out with Thomas, Gordon, Percy, Ringo Starr. Who did you like better? Ringo Starr as Mr. Conductor? George Carlin. Now, George Carlin, one of the greatest comedians of all time, but I kind of feel like Ringo Starr, like, you know, I didn't know who the hell George Carlin was when I was a kid. He wasn't cracking jokes on freaking Shining Time Station. All I know is that Ringo had a way cooler voice, and it's an easy decision for me. Ringo. No one else watched Shining Time Station. No one else knows a lot about Tom. Okay, that's enough. Thanks for watching. I will be back tomorrow. See you guys at Amtrak.